review. So today I thought I'd crack something that I've had for a while, and it's Sunday. You drink stouts on Sunday, so yeah, I'm recording this on the, was it the 17th? I can't remember now. So yeah, it's from Fuller's. It's their Imperial Stout, coming in at 10.7% ABV. I believe this is the 2019 vintage limited edition. They bring out every year. It's kind of one of them deals. 500ml bottle in a nice presentation box. So yeah, 10.7%. It's got a best before the 31st of December of 2029, which I believe they give these beers a 10-year shelf life, so that takes it to then, to 2019 of course. So yeah, quite interested by this. I've had one or two versions of this before, perhaps one in the bottle and one on, I've actually had one of them on cask when I was up in Birmingham one year. So here's the bottle, pretty nice, and then it's got that seal across the top there. So yeah, it's, I haven't got a branded glass unfortunately, but it is what it is. So let's crack it open then. There's a little bit of information on the back of the box, which I think is the same as what's on Untapped. So anyway, we're just gonna crack it open. There we go. I'm gonna leave the cap just about there. Probably not a good idea. It'll probably flip about, but we'll see how it goes. It will flip about as soon as I tip this in. We go down straight down the middle as it's a 10% beer. A little bit of smoke before the beer came out there. I keep forgetting that it's not quite centre. Doing this on my phone, of course. But yeah, 10.7. I want to create a little bit of that. Leave a little bit in the bottom there of the bottle. Lovely looking pour. Sorry about the light. It's just the time of day on a Sunday. So about 3/4 of just off white head there. Yeah, into the light it's jet black. Really creamy looking head. I like that when I pour a stout, especially a bigger stout, just so you can really appreciate any kind of. I mean, who knows? This might not work, this beer for me, but I do like to try and see that if I can. So I'll swirl and a sniff, tightly packed bubbles there, a little bit of alcohol legs running down. Oh wow, got a lovely kind of fruit cakey, raisin, fig kind of aroma. Slight kind of burnt brown sugar notes. Touch of almost like port wine. Warming brown bread or toasted brown bread. Absolutely amazing. It's been kept at room temperature in the winter months. I actually bought this in November of 2020, so from Waitrose, incidentally. So and this was going to be a part review beer with another fellow beer tuber. I think he had his already, so here it is. I'm going into it. Cheers. Wow, there's no booziness at all off that. That's the first thing that hit me. It's like, this is drinkable, dangerously. Wow. Oh, okay. 15 seconds or so after the first hit of the palate, I'm getting a lovely kind of charry, kind of dark chocolate vibe coming through, and that didn't hit straight away. It took a while to envelop the taste buds. Let's go again. Really quite smooth. Body wise, actually, body of the beer, it's not as heavier as I thought it was going to be. It was going to be a very kind of, it was going to be heavier just on the look of the beer, the aroma. It was actually not. The body visually looks really kind of upper end of medium, but it's actually in fact just a medium, or maybe slightly below halfway of a medium, which is surprising. Either way, it's still wonderful. Anyway, let's get back into it. So first, flavour notes. Now I've had one or two sips. Yeah, it's a dark fruit edge coming through. As I say, plums. It's got a very kind of almost maybe a slight sherry port kind of undertones there. There's a little bit more of that ABV following through now, which obviously that builds up as you drink the beer. So what we're in third little taste now, and it's from the first taste to now, it's like an upward kind of trajectory for that kind of point of view. There is a little bit of a warmth, not a burn, a warmth in the pit of the stomach, which is very pleasant, especially in these winter months, of course. Yeah, nice kind of resiny kind of dark fruit vibe to it, raisins, black currants, that kind of thing. Just giving it that extra kind of, I say the body was low medium, which it kind of is, but it's enhancing it a little bit. A little bit of that kind of burnt sugar, as I mentioned, on the aroma. Almost a slight undertones of smokiness in there. Not a lot, just a little bit. And it's giving that kind of mingling well with that kind of not, I wouldn't even go as far as char kind of malt or anything like that. It's kind of blending in really well. It's smooth as well. Lots of these flavours are all working well in tandem with each other, which I think is a really kind of nice thing. I mean, this has been aged, as I've said, for a little while, just over a year, and then they probably bottled it early part of, or late part of 2019. I'm pretty sure this is a 2019 vintage, but I'm sure someone will let me know if I'm wrong, which is fine. If it is, it's definitely a 2020, but I think this is a 2019 when it was bottled beer, but released in 2020. But we'll see. Very easy drinking beer, I have to say, for the ABV, and a right treat, to be honest, and I fancied it today. So it's nice to buy these beers, just hold on to them for a while, if you can. I know a lot of people struggle doing that, which is fine. I'm not one of these people that has to, we'll do it like that, it's probably easier. I've got to drink it straight away, because there's so many beers out there, but that's what allows me to actually keep hold of beers a bit. There's always, I'm fortunate at the moment, I've got a few beers in the house, so these kind of beers, etc., I can just put away, or bottle share beer I can put away for a while, because I've always got something to drink. If it was just that I had, I'd be like, well, that would be a bit more challenging, shall we say. But yeah, it looks wonderful in the glass, I have to say. There's no hint of any kind of rubiness or sort of tones even around the reservoir of the glass at the bottom there, or anything like that. It's just jet black, and a right treat. No, there's going to be people say, oh yeah, but it's Fuller's, you know, they've been bought out, blah 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 blah. So have Goose Island, and people still go and buy their Kentucky bourbon stouts, and every kind of release was the end of November sort of time. So I like Fuller's, and I don't think they've changed at all since they've been bought out, which is another key factor, of course. The vintage ales, and then you've got the regulars like, of course, London Pride, London Porter, which I think is probably one of the best English trad porters you can get. There's not many porters better than that produced, I don't think, in the UK. And a few other things as well, which getting cast down this way. Not as much as I'd like, but now and again, which is good. And at one point, I will be going to the brewery, of course, in London. There's just so many places to visit in London. It's just you never ever get round to doing them, of course. Even though I regularly visit London, having family there. Anyway, back to this beer. One more little taste, and I'll clear off. Lovely sweet tone right at the front of the palate. I love that. Dark fruits, as I say, coming through. This beer is at room temperature, if you're curious about that. It's round about what? Well, I've got a t-shirt on, it's actually a bit chilly. It's probably about 12 to 15 degrees in here, which is fine for me, for a stout, sitting in here this time of year. This has been in the fridge in the really warm months and heat waves last summer, of course, just to keep it. I don't want it changing too much. So it's had a little bit of a variation in temperature since I've been holding on to this, but not too much, not too drastic. But yeah. Anyway, what's it say on the back of the bottle? We'll do that, and then I'll leave you alone. So, inspired by a traditional beer style that was favourite among the Russian royal court, Fuller's Imperial Stout has a rich, dark appearance with a distinctively chocolate and cherry note. So cherry, yeah, dark fruits. For a modern twist on an 18th century classic. Rosebuds have been added to the brew. I didn't get that. The hint of Turkish Delight in this delivers perfectly, complements the floral character of the Centennial hops have got in this. This limited edition beer is brewed to mature with its flavours developing over time, which is probably what this is all about. I'm getting now. So that any kind of rose, was it rose? What did it say that? Rose buds. If that fades or not, I don't know. This limited edition beer is brewed to mature, as I already said, developing over time. But bottle conditioned beer is a natural. Sorry, get this right. Bottle conditioned, a natural sediment will form. Store upright and pour carefully, which is what we did. I guess we've got a little bit of stuff at the bottom there. Not too much. It hasn't been shaken around or anything. It's just about the right amount for a beer like this, I think, anyway. So, ingredients then: water, malted barley, invert sugars, oats, yeast, black treacle, hops, and rosebud. Black treacle. Okay, interesting. So yeah, if you want to read that, then go ahead and pause right now, if it's in focus. If not, you have to go and Google it, I guess. But yeah, really nice bottle, really nice box. Nothing else in it. Doesn't come with any kind of little pamphlet that some of the vintage ales do at some point. That's it. Thanks for watching there. Let me know if I've had this one before or any other of the kind of vintages of this one before. I've had one or two now and they've all been really damn good, so they're worth picking up. I think I paid about £8 for this. It's £2 more than the vintage ales in Waitrose when they were available, which is what it is, considering the value of these things as they get older. Anyway, thanks for watching then. You all take care, keep safe, and I will see you on the next review. Cheers. Finger.